Hey everybody, it's your girl She Who Encourages, your woman's worth and healing coach, here to love you to your healing so you can live your best life. So today's topic is, if setting boundaries makes you a bitch, by all means, be the baddest. I said it. I'm gonna pause and give y'all a second to, did she just say? I said it. If setting boundaries makes you a bitch, by all means, be the baddest. Okay? Now, I have gotten over the whole, people coming at me like I'm just bitter and angry or whatever because I feel how I feel in regards to that. I don't care, I don't care, I don't care. At the end of the day, that's fine. Those are people who I don't need around me. Those are people who I don't need in my life. If my boundaries and if your boundaries, I'm getting ahead of myself, but it's fine. If your boundaries or if your setting boundaries makes people feel away, that ain't tribe. That ain't sir. That ain't bro. And chances are they don't need to be around. Period. But anyway, if setting boundaries makes you a bitch, by all means, be the baddest. And I'm saying that because, look, a lot of us, a lot of women, but more so a lot of black women, and I got to say this for my sisters, but a lot of times they use the phrase, oh, you're angry, you're an angry black woman, or you're bitter, or you're insecure, you're this, you're that. They say stuff like that to shut us up. To shut us up. By using certain verbiage, they know that for most women, it's gonna make them, you know what I'm saying, shy away from, speaking their truth, or, standing up for themselves. You know what I'm saying? Standing up for themselves and standing up for what's right, period. But we got to stop that. We got to stop letting people come at us like that. We got to stop letting people make us feel like we're bitter or feel like we're angry because we're standing up for ourselves. And like I said, having a voice. Having a voice don't make you a bitch. And I'm telling y'all that now. And when you finish watching this video, call and tell your sister friend. Having a voice does not make you a bitch. So don't let these dudes, don't let these family members, toxic whoever, don't let nobody make you feel that way, because that's not the case. So anyway, let me get into what I was talking about. So yeah, set boundaries. Set boundaries. Because for one, boundaries are put in place to protect us. That's one of the main reasons why I would tell anybody to set boundaries, because boundaries are put in place to protect us. Protect us from who? I'm so glad you asked. Narcissists and people like them. Had to get loud. But yeah, boundaries protect us. They help us to weed out or separate the real from the fake. If you have a friend who has an issue with you setting boundaries, that's not your friend. You have to figure out who has my best interest at heart. And one of the best ways to do that is to start setting boundaries. I can assure you. Because everybody ain't going to be with it. I'm telling you that everybody ain't going to be with it. They're not going to applaud your decision to set boundaries. Not everybody. But it's important to set them anyway. It's important to set them anyway. You got to set them. Because again, if you want to keep going through toxic situationships and, getting played out by people who don't have your best interest at heart, by all means, sis, do what you do. But that's not the life that I'm trying to live, or that I'm trying to teach the women who follow me to live. Because that ain't the life God wants us to live. So if you want out of that cycle, start setting boundaries. Cut out the people pleasing. Stop being concerned about what people gonna say, how they gonna feel about me. They gonna think I'm... Don't nobody give two craps. Don't nobody care what they say. It's your life. It's your sanity. It's your mental health. It's your sense of self. You got to protect it. You got to protect it. So yes, set those boundaries, because again, they are put in place to protect you. Protect you from those guys who come in to waste your time. Protect you from even women, it's other women who are just toxic, and just setting boundaries protects us. Like I was saying earlier about the narcissist, and I'm going to talk about myself. In the beginning of that manipulation ship, before I even knew what the hell was going on, had I set boundaries, I wouldn't have gone that far. He couldn't have gotten that far had I set boundaries in the beginning. This is how important boundaries are. And this is why I'm so like, oh my God, y'all, set boundaries, because it's important. Had I, back then, again, in the beginning of that whole situationship, had I not answered the phone in those moments where I did not feel like talking, wouldn't have gone that far. He wouldn't have saw no need for me. He would have been, oh, she ain't answering the phone. Let me on to the next. Wouldn't have gotten that far. But because I didn't set boundaries, because I wanted to please him, because again, I didn't have any sense of self. I didn't know who I was. He was who I was. Like whatever he said, however he felt was what it was. It was just all about him. How crazy does that sound? But yeah, had I set those boundaries, had I said, no, I don't want company, when I really didn't want company, because there were times when I didn't, had I set those boundaries then, we would not have gone that far. Really hope I'm making sense. But yeah, like I said, this is why it's important to set the boundaries. Protect yourself, protect your heart, protect your mental. Hell, protect your mantle. Some of y'all will get it. But yeah, another reason why it's important to set boundaries is because boundaries help you find yourself. And I'm about to explain. Boundaries help you to find yourself. They do. Because a lot of times we don't know what boundaries to set. Like if you were to sit down and just say, okay, let me make a list of just some boundaries I want to set. Some of us would be sitting there for a minute like, well, dang, I thought I had some. You know what I'm saying? So sometimes it doesn't always come to us what boundaries to set or what boundaries to put in place until somebody crosses it. And then that light bulb goes off like, oh hell, that's something I'm not going to deal with. Now you know. Make your list, check it twice. That's a boundary. You know what I'm saying? That's a boundary. So they help you to find yourself, help you to figure out, and help you to find out, what do I like? What do I dislike? What am I going to accept? What am I not going to accept? Who am I going to rock with? Who am I not going to rock? Like, they help you to find yourself and define yourself. They help you to find and define yourself. Which, again, is why I'm stressing the importance of setting boundaries. It's November 23rd. Today is my 36th birthday. I wasn't going to say it, but it just came up. It's there now. Happy birthday to me. But anyway, I pray that before the clock strikes 12 on January 1st, 2020, that you get to a place, and I said this in another video about knowing your worth. And I still pray that prayer. Before 2020, get to a place of beginning to walk into your worth. But this is another video. Get to that place of saying, you know what? I'm about to start setting boundaries. Before 2020, sis. Before 2020, bro. Set boundaries. A lot of y'all been getting ran over and doormatted for too long. And it's time to cut it. It's time to cut it. Period. So yeah, they help you to find and define yourself. You know what I'm saying? Coming out of a place where you don't know your sense of self, and you couldn't tell a person who you were if they paid you. Coming out of that place, setting boundaries will help you to find yourself in a lot of ways. Again, you'll know what you like and don't like. You'll know. You'll know. You will know. Now, as far as who needs to get this memo, once you set the boundaries, everybody needs to get the memo. That goes for mama, daddy, bae, the kids. Boss needs to get them. Everybody gets the memo. And this is not to even say, you go around being rude, even though it's liberating AF once you get to a place of setting those boundaries and knowing your worth. It's so liberating. But you got to keep it cute. Don't go around being a B, doing the most, being nasty. It's not even necessary. But make sure everybody get that memo. Make sure everybody get the memo. Hashtag, she done start setting boundaries. Hashtag, don't play with her. She done set boundaries. Hashtag, try her not. Everybody get the memo. At the end of the day. And though, you can't, say for instance, I'm expressing my boundaries to my mama. It's going to sound different expressing them to her than it would if I'm expressing it to one of my sister friends who I just, we kicking it, we, whatever, we can kiki or whatever. It's going to sound different. It'll come off different. But at the end of the day, though the delivery may differ, the boundary should never change. I'm going to say it again, because somebody out there in YouTube land might just be taking notes. Though the delivery may differ, that boundary should never change. And that may be hard for some people. It may be easy for you to tell a boyfriend who's been abusing you or whatever, for the last 4-5 years. It may be easy for you to set boundaries with him, but when it comes to your mama, you may, I don't want to say nothing to her. It may not be easy. I get it. But at the end of the day, figure out how to tell her. But remember that she needs to be told. Especially when they get to poking at the thing that triggered you to set the boundary in the first place. They got to know. They got to know. You mean, I don't want to hurt nobody's feelings. What, you want them to hurt yours? Hello? Again, it's about your life, your mindset, your mental, your sanity. Consider yourself. Like I said a few minutes ago, a lot of y'all been getting doormatted for too long, for years and years and years. By toxic family members, by boyfriends and girlfriends who could really give two craps about you, but you just not in the place of seeing that right now. It's time to cut it. It's time to freaking cut it. So like I said, don't be afraid to pass that memo out to everybody. Because boundaries are important. We ain't out here in these streets setting them for nothing. You know how people say stuff like, sarcastically, like, what do you think? I don't do it for my health. I'm doing for my health. I'm doing this for my health. So that's it. The boundaries protect, allow them to protect, but you got to set them. You got to set them in order for that to go down like that. You got to start setting them. Because again, they're important. Again, because they protect us, they weed out the real from the fake. They help you to separate the real from the fake. Y'all out here talking about y'all want a good man. I'm with you, sis. Right on, Wakanda forever. I'm with it. But start setting boundaries and you won't be wasting your time with certain ones. If you set boundaries. It's men who want to date me. If I tell them, first I'm going to let you know I'm celibate. Ain't nobody getting the goods. Ain't nobody crushing my candy. I'm celibate. And if they still, okay. But for the most part, they're going to run like the wind. Because most of them just trying to get their rocks off and keep it pushing. I'm not with it. I'm not with it. But that's a whole nother video for a whole nother day. But yeah, set the boundaries, protect yourself, period. Next thing, they allow you to find and define yourself. Set those boundaries. Get back that sense of self. Start taking that. That's another thing. Boundaries help you start taking your power back. Boundaries help you begin to take your power back. You may not have it in that moment, the whole full experience of the liberation or whatever, but it's a start. It's a hell of a good start. Start taking your power back. Set boundaries. Start setting boundaries. Get back with me in a couple months. Tell me how it went. I bet you your life get better. I bet you certain people fall off the map of your circle. I bet you certain family members stop coming for you over Thanksgiving dinner. I bet you Bay gonna start, acting right and getting their life together. He or she, whoever, you set boundaries. Your life is going to change for the better. I assure you. It is. So yeah, like I said, I know most of my followers are women. That's why the title is what it is. If setting boundaries makes you a bitch, by all means, be the baddest. But for my fellas, hey, I know we ain't going to use the B term with y'all, but if it makes you a-hole, people may call you a butthole, he this, he that. Now, some of y'all may very well be. I may very well have some narcissists on here watching, and clearly they have been watching because one commented earlier and said he was. But hey, I ain't here to judge. I'm just here to make y'all aware. But like I was saying, the guys, if it makes you an a-hole to set boundaries, be one. The biggest one. Be that. Set boundaries. Protect yourself. You ain't weak, bro. If you watching me, you ain't weak for setting boundaries. Hell, that makes you strong. Strong enough not to be a people pleaser. Strong enough to know that okay, how you feel matters too. Strong enough to know that hold on, you deserve better. Ain't nobody about to walk over you. You strong. And sis, you ain't no B. You not. You not no angry black woman. Spanish woman, Latina, whatever, whoever's watching me. You're not that for setting boundaries. You're not. You're somebody who has come to grips with the fact that, okay, I need to set boundaries because I don't wish to be hurt. I don't wish to, go through the same, again, like I said earlier, the same toxic cycles. Nobody wants to do that. And again, God don't want you to do that. He came that we might have life and have it more abundantly. Ain't nobody got time for no toxic behind turntables and crazy people. No, you're not going to suck up my energy and suck me dry until you get tired and go to somebody. No, don't even give people the chance to do that to you. It's kind of comical, but it's so true. I be thinking about it. How people say, you done seen it on social media, on Instagram, Facebook, somewhere, I'm sure. How it says, don't let nobody treat you like a yellow starburst. Baby, you are pink. That goes for men and women alike. You a pink starburst. Period. But yeah, that's all I got, y'all. Ooh, almost 20 minutes, but it's all good. That's it. Again, if setting boundaries makes you a bitch, by all means, be the baddest. Okay? Like I said, 2020, we about to change the narrative out here in these streets. Okay, we got however many more days in 2019. That's great. But 2020, the narrative will be shifted. It's shifting now, but the narrative will be changed in 2020. No more of this crap. No more. Anyway, I'm done, y'all. You can inbox me if you have Instagram. You can follow me at She Who Encourages. If you have Facebook, you can find me at Coach Swee, SWE, or Marilys Elaine Rogers. That's my personal Facebook page. By all means, inbox me, message me, whatever. If you got questions, whatever it is, I'm here for it. I was graced for this, so I'm here for it all. But anyway, y'all, yeah, take care. Happy whatever day it is when you watch this. Until next time, love and light. Be great.